Gemini, welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. Welcome to your end of March 2023 reading. All right, Gemini, we are going to look into what you need to be cognizant of for the end of March, what you are out of alignment with, or maybe out of alignment with, or maybe you were out of alignment with, what needs to be healed for the end of March and how to heal whatever that is. And lastly, we're going to look into, we're going to get a message from your person, or it's going to be an encouraging message from your inner masculine, where your inner masculine wants you to be, what the inner masculine wants you to pay attention to. All right, Gemini. Let's see. How do you want me to receive, Holy Spirit? Take it. Apparently, this card wasn't face down. It's the World card, Gemini. They want me to take it. The Magician is at the bottom of the deck. There you are. I'm not going to lie. I heard before I did your reading, this is what you've been waiting for. So I guess we'll call it that. I mean, it's two major arcana, Gemini. With the overall energy here for the end of March, you are about to manifest something that you didn't expect. You probably were working very hard on boosting your manifestation skills and, getting into alignment with what it is that your heart is desiring, what you want to bring into your physical world. All right. Whatever you've been thinking, they're becoming reality. Whatever you've been taking inspired action on with the overall energy with the Magician, of course, again, that's you. It's about to manifest into the physical. And I see the world as a physical card. That's what they're showing me, because the world is the earth. Okay. This is coming full circle. It is achieving some tremendous success with going through the hero's journey, with having you realize that you have the magic and all the power to create the world that you want. You've been listening to your guides, your angels, your ancestors, and when they say go, you do it. When they say jump, you say how high. You started to realize that with your Gemini mind, it's like my thoughts create things, right? Negative thoughts create negative experiences, and so on and so forth. Some of you have really changed your mindset here with regards to saying to yourself, probably saying more positive things for yourself, Gemini, is what I'm also hearing. But you're starting to tell yourself, like, I have all the tools necessary to create the life that I want. This also involves you with relationships with people, okay? That you have this power to create better relationships. You have this power over people, but not in a controlling way, because that's the shadow side of the Magician. It's more about being your true authentic self, which is your actual power here. You have been allowing yourself to realize your true potential, because the Magician card in the Rider-Waite does have the infinity symbol, right? It's the unlimited potential to create the world that you are envisioning. And with that requires taking initiative. It requires you taking inspired action. As soon as you get this like spark going on within you and this idea that your guides, God gives you, you say, okay, let me go try it. Let me see what I can create here. Because the Magician's always creation with it, right? The Magician isn't caught up in telling itself, I'm not capable. I can't do this. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have the skills. But if God is pushing you into that, Gemini, and he's telling you, you know what, Gemini, you have the ability to do this. I just need you to act upon it. I just need you to start somewhere. Because the Magician energy is the number one, right? It's the beginning of something. But when we all start something, we have to go into that new something. The Magician is new beginnings, with the understanding that we are capable. Because if God led us to that, then we're going to be able to do it. It may be daunting, it may be scary because it is new with the energy of the magician, but it's going to be like, you know what? I get this like excitement about this. I want to see what I can create from this. I want to see how far this goes. And the magician is starting to realize again, it's like, well, let me see what my true potential is. Let me see how much I can grow, I can change, what I can create, how I can change my reality, right? But again, that requires having a bit of confidence and courage. It requires you having this fortitude and this willpower. The will to do things, right? Remember, with manifesting, we can do the manifestation rituals, we can do the meditations, we can do the thought process. I am manifesting this or whatever. Write your intentions or work with the moon cycles to do that. But if you're not taking the initiative, you're not taking the steps towards that, what you're trying to manifest is going to stay in the thought world, in the cloud bubble. Action is part of all of this. And you can have all the faith too, and all the trust in all the world. But until God sees you do something, it's still going to stay there, right? Action is part of this. Like they say, faith without works is dead. God isn't just going to have something magically appear just because you're wishing for it and you're just sitting there doing your everyday thing and you're not growing, you're not evolving, you're not trying to see what you're capable of. You're not trying to go do those new things that you've never done before. You're not trying to see what else is out there and say, hey, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I have the tools. That's what your 3D self is thinking. But you go out there anyway and say, holy cow, I had what I needed already. Why did I hold myself back? Why did I not just go ahead and do it and believe in myself, right? So there's two groups here. If you've watched me before, you know that I always get two groups of people, all right? And remember, if this is like fitting your story, you may or may not be in alignment with that vibrationally, right? So some of you, if you want this cycle to end, you feel like nothing is manifesting, nothing is starting, there's no beginnings, there's no new opportunities. For some of you, it's because you haven't taken those action steps to get whatever it is done. You do your part, God does the rest. The magician has this, it's like a conduit between God and the physical world. It's like, but you're utilizing your God-given gifts here to get something going, to manifest it into the physical. God gives you the brilliant idea. He gives you the thing. Okay, let me do it, right? So some of you need to take action on things. It's taking the initiative to have something close out, to have success in life. Maybe some of you, it's like world success or something bigger than yourself, right? Like you envision these things, right? Because the magician can also have this incredible, imagination or visions of stuff. And it's like, how am I going to achieve that? But that's when you go to God and you say, okay, what do I start with, right? What first step? It's the beginning with the magician. It's that first step. Let me just take steps towards it. I need to do something about it. I need to take action. So for others of you, again, this is what you've been waiting for. Whatever cycle you've been in, whatever you've been learning about yourself, that you create your own magic, that you are powerful with that magic in your own right. You started to realize that you can do anything. And because of that, you're coming to a close here. You're completing the hero's journey. And starting to realize what you are truly capable of. And that has to do with the unlimited potential. There's a stag here. Stags are the kings of the forest. I see King of Pentacles with this. I also see, usually the stag is the representation of divine masculine. Some of you have actually tapped more into your divine masculine energies, right? Where you want to create, you get the thought bubble, the spark, the idea that God brings you. And you say, okay, I'm going to take action on it. You're balancing your masculine and feminine energies to get this done. And Gemini is a masculine energy. And I see the world as more feminine because I'm looking at it from the fact that the world is the earth. All right. Some of you have really, really learned to balance those things out and not just like sit there and hope for things or, oh, I'm going to do all these manifesting rituals and these all whatever it is and not take any action because it's just going to plop, right? That's where tarot can get dangerous. That's where people talk about, oh, you just got to do all these manifesting things and these tasks and these rituals and these the meditations and stuff like that. And it'll magically happen without you doing anything. That is not the way the world works. That's not the way that God intended to work with us. There's no growth there. There's no evolution of their soul. There's no understanding our true potential. Because if you could get everything that you could ever want in Gemini without taking any type of action here, if you actually get that, you could very well run the risk of losing it all because you haven't seen like, wow, I built this, I grew this, like, look what I'm capable of. There's no growth, there's no evolution, there's no realizing, holy cow, I went from this to this. Because some of you took like a really long journey and you are not the same person you were at the beginning. And this is the beginning of the end. Some of you, there's a major cycle that's closing out. This is the final chapter here. You're closing a book to one part of your journey and you're about to start a new one. And you're going to start something where your manifestation abilities are so elevated that in the next cycle of your life, the next book you're going to be writing, maybe it's literally a book that you're writing, the next thing that you're moving into, you're going to be prepared for what comes with that new journey, with that new life here. Because I already see the Fool card with this. And again, with that stag representing the divine masculine knows when to take action and does not get caught up in what's happening in the future. He or she does not get caught up in the what ifs. So like, well, if I do this, this is new for me. I don't know if I have what I need to create this, to live this type of life, to do that type of mission, to do that type of job, that project. When a divine masculine doesn't think about those things. I don't think I'm capable. Because the divine masculine knows God is going to back him up. The universe is going to back him or her up. Take it how it fits your story. Because you start to realize the magic is within you. You start to realize that God is always with you every step in the way to create those things, to start those new things. This is pretty big here, Gemini. And a lot of you have really starred into your masculine power here. And as I said, Gemini is air and air is masculine. And even though you didn't see the way forward, like the whole path, you weren't afraid of the unknown. You said, I'm going to do this, whether I know where I'm going to end up or not. But you learned something about yourself. You started to realize that you have all this power to change things. And some of you, what's happening You've come full circle. You've learned your lessons. You've really, really, really grown here, Gemini. You feel accomplished. You've been looking back at yourself and saying, looking at the journey, said, wow, I'm so different than where I am now compared to where I was before. I have changed a lot. I'm not afraid of who I am. You were, okay, hold on. The world needs who you were made to be. I know you can't see it, but I have this sign above my head that says that. I guess I could have read it in the mirror too. The world needs who you were made to be. That magician. This is also somebody who inspires others. And by inspiring others, Gemini, you've inspired yourself, because you start to realize that I have the ability to change the world here, one step at a time. And some of you, with what's going on to the next chapter of your life, the next book you're going to be writing, you're going to start realizing that whatever it is that you're doing here, whatever it is that you're gifted with, you're going to inspire people at a global scale. For those of you who are aligned with the fact that you now understand what your true potential is. And some of you are now being called to a different phase of your life where you're going to be more on a world stage to inspire others. It's like God was pruning you. You were being prepped for this. There's something about being catapulted into the next phase. For some of you, it's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune I'm getting is kind of getting caught in the mix here. And I'm getting, because I'm recording this the first day of spring, it's March 20th, 2023 as I'm recording this. Tomorrow, the 21st, is a new moon in Aries. The 23rd is the Pluto in Aquarius transit, because Pluto moves into Aquarius. So this is going to be a very, very big week, especially for the air signs, because Aquarius is an air sign. So it seems as though for those of you you've really come into your power here. And you realize you can do anything you set your mind to. It's like you're being shunted to being like on a small stage to a bigger one. That's what I'm getting here. And for some of you, you're going to be inspiring the world. You're leveling up. Very, very, it's a huge leveling up here. And that's part of you really closing out this cycle with you tapping more into that divine masculine energy, not distorted masculine energy. There's also something about communication with the magician, because it is Gemini. Some of you, you're creating your reality by what you say, what you write, what you think. It's not just thinking here, Gemini, for some of you. It's writing, it's speaking, it's thinking. That is all Gemini energy, okay? You're ruled by Mercury. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, because some of you may not just be Gemini Sun. I know there's Moon and Rising here and North Node and stuff, but you have a way with words, and you have the ability to inspire people with how you speak. With your words, and you don't hesitate on that. Maybe this was like a big growth thing for you to learn to speak that way in an inspirational way, or you stopped getting hung up on what words came out of your mouth, is what I'm hearing. And again, it could be speaking, it could be writing, or putting your thoughts into something creative, which is what the magician does. But there are a few of you. There is world success here. But you've really accomplished something great with understanding what your potential truly is. And even if something didn't really work out, again, with that magician at the beginning, even though you're like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to work. Am I really going to achieve something great here? Some of you, you're realizing that even though you took the initiative, you took action without knowing if you were gonna get to the end. you're now at the end of this. Because again, you start to see what your potential actually is. And now that you're fully in your power here, and again, the divine masculine here is personal power. You're now moving to the next phase of your mission, or maybe changing missions. And God's leveling up for you to be more of an inspiration to others. But again, for some of you, it is moving on to like this world type of stage. Inspiring the whole world. Not everybody has that mission, Gemini. If you're watching this, that's what I see for some of you who you know who you are. With you are so different. You're not who you used to be. I get a lot of abundance with this too. And the eagle who's flying here, it's like he's about to, like, I see this eagle, he's about to perch, or he's about to land on the rope or something. He's about to land. Something's about to land. Maybe somebody literally is about to land. This could be about travel as well. Maybe some of you, for your what you're doing, you being an inspiration for others, for the world, you could be doing some world traveling. For whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is you're creating. Take it how it fits your story. Some of you are going to be doing a lot more traveling this year is what I'm saying. Oh, that's interesting. They're having me look at the Roman numerals. 21 is the world card. There's something about either the 21st of the month, which is tomorrow, with the new moon in Aries, or 21 might be your favorite number, or 21 is significant for you. But I'm getting, they said, look at the number, the 21st, which is technically tomorrow at the time I'm watching this. It's funny because we just passed 21 minutes. There's something that is closing out with the new moon in Aries, and we all know that winter has completed. The astrological year has completed. So for some of you who are in alignment, there's something that has closed out because winter has closed out. Again, Pisces is the end of the astrological year. The world card is the end of the journey, the end of a chapter here in your life, in your journey, and it's coinciding with the end of the astrological year, with Pisces and winter being done. Winter talks about the closing of karmic cycles, like that's it, we're done, on to the next. And the 21st for some of you is actually going to be where your new life starts, the new beginning. But do not get caught up in the timing of this, because it's not going to apply for everybody. But for at least one person here, the 21st of March is going to be a game changer for you. There's something that's about to manifest now that you have realized your potential, and you've been doing a lot of taking initiative on things. You've been doing a lot of creating. Whether it works out or not. Every time I see the world card, it's a whole new world, like with the Aladdin song. Disney version. See, there's something, I was fine with the coughing thing, because there's like somebody's got something to say. You could very well be receiving communication. It could very well be someone around you. Maybe it is another Gemini, or they have Gemini in their chart, who is now about to take action here, inspired action. They're getting ready to go. They're having this willpower to do something. To say, if I want this to manifest, I need to do something about it. So somebody around you could very well be communicating with you to end this cycle of being stagnant, to end this cycle of not doing anything, taking shortcuts, not closing things out. This is a major thing that's closing out here. And somebody around you is like, I'm going to do this now. I have the ability to do anything. My thoughts create my reality. I'm not going to be afraid of communicating my truth. I'm not going to be afraid of communicating with this other Gemini or with people. I'm going to do something about it. So there's also somebody around you who's finally going to do something about it. because they realize, I can do this. Again, what am I worried about? The divine masculine. I'm going to take action. I'm not going to care what happens afterwards. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it. Because that leads to that mind going into 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Doom and gloom energy attracts doom and gloom stuff. And this person saying, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to take action without wanting to know what the outcome is. That's either you, Gemini, or there's somebody around you. So underneath the Magician is more air, Knight of Swords. Somebody could be coming in very, very quickly. Again, there's major shifts going on this week astrologically, Gemini. So someone's rushing in to save the day. Not that you need saving, but there's something about this person is finally taking action. This is swift action. It's like no delays, no holds barred. It's like, I'm not looking in the rear view mirror anymore. I'm not looking in the past. I'm not worrying. I'm just not moving at a Knight of Pentacles pace. Not that there's anything wrong with the Knight of Pentacles. But when the Knight of Pentacles is told by God, okay, hey, pick up the pace. I need you to get going here. Step it up a little bit or move a little bit faster. The Knight of Pentacles knows, okay, I got to switch to either the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Pentacles, apparently, I don't know why I'm getting this, is switching gears here to become that Knight of Swords. And there it is. This person is ambitious and ready and willing to do the right thing. This is somebody who doesn't hold back. This is the go-getter. This is someone who's just gung-ho. I'm doing this come hell or high water. Because I can do it. There's no hesitation in this at all. If you're hesitating, Gemini, now is the time to close that cycle out of hesitating and not going for something. This person nips things in the bud. I mean, I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm being laser focused on what it is that I want, not what I don't want. I'm being laser focused on making sure my thoughts are in alignment with what I want in life, right? If you want love, if you want success, if you want money or something, you can't be speaking out there saying, oh, I'm never lucky with money, or I'm never lucky in love, or I don't have this and I don't have that. Again, that's not in alignment. So some of you have to watch what you're saying, watch what you're thinking, watch what you're doing, right? But those of you who maybe you fall into that and then you change it around and, oh, I'm speaking positive thoughts, I'm watching my mindset because I need to stay in alignment with what it is that I'm trying to accomplish here. So that's that laser focus energy. Like, I need to be laser focused on having these positive thoughts, speaking these positive things into existence, right? Manifestation also entails already having the feeling that you have it. I know I'm going to get there. I know this is going to work out. I'm going to be that millionaire. I am that millionaire. I am in union with that person. I am taking the initiative. I am capable. I am able to do this, whatever this is. The I am presence is very strong as opposed to I need, I want. Okay, I have, I don't want. Don't put that out there. I am this. And you get that energy with the Magician. You feel it's already manifested. It's already here in the physical. And then you start acting kind of like, yeah, it's already here. Thank you, God. Especially when you're thanking God already for something that hasn't manifested yet, that's when it manifests even faster. So some of you who have been doing this, you've been thanking God, you've been praying. Thank you, God, for this house already. Thank you, for God, for the new car. Thank you, God, for the new business. Thank you, God, for the success in this. When you don't have it, that's when it comes in fast. It speeds up the manifestation process. Now, of course, everything still has to happen in divine timing. But let's say with that Knight of Pentacles energy I was getting, you know, you're not doing something about what it is you want to manifest. You're not taking any action, and you're just kind of hoping it will plop in your lap by doing that meditation or by listening to that video or whatever. it's gonna take longer to get there. So when you start thanking the universe, thanking God already for those manifestations, and you're focusing, watching your words, your mind, your thoughts, what you're doing, you start to speed up that process. So whatever is happening here, for those of you who have really understood your true potential here, you feel accomplished. You feel like, yeah, you know what? I see myself in a different light now. I feel different. I speak differently. I act differently. I'm more in alignment with who God made me to be. The world needs who you were made to be. Apparently, some of you, you're now in the position to move to this next phase of what God has for you because you are now who God made you to be. This could be manifesting material wealth, very helpful people. Something magical is about to happen. This is what you've waited for. But you've worked very hard at this. It was a very long journey. Very long. It takes a while to get to the world card. And this world card, no matter what deck I use, Gemini, I can't tell you when was the last time I saw the world card in these readings. And for those of you who are manifesting, you're in alignment with it, you're going to go through a sudden drastic life change here. Look who's after the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles. You can't make it up. And look what's after that, the Nine of Swords. I said, watch your thoughts. Some of you, it's slowing you down. It is slowing you down. It's what I said. You can't make it up. I know, guys, it's hard. And it's hard for Geminis because we overthink and we just get to this world of thoughts and we stay there and we don't do anything about it. We don't tell ourselves, stop. Let's stop the wheels from cranking so much. Spinning your wheels, right? Just hold on a second. Let me retract here. Let me take a break. Let me take a breather and get out of these negative thoughts. Again, the doom and gloom, the total, it's hopeless. This is not working. And then you're saying, wait a minute, that's not where I want to project down to the universe. Let me call myself back. A lot of this has to do with how much you've grown, Gemini. Wow, and the Hierophant's at the top of the deck. There's Taurus. You may be dealing with a Taurus. You have Taurus in your chart. I keep getting Taurus moon when I look at Taurus, but alignment with God. God says jump, you say how high. God says, hey, I need you to do this. You take inspired action, right? I'm also getting this is an initiation phase because in this deck, this high priest here is preparing to initiate somebody. Could be the child here or the person, or it could be somebody else. I see Saint Germain with this. So some of you, you're being called now for your full mission because I said you are now who God made you to be. And now God is closing out this cycle, the preparation that you've completed, the preparation that you've gone through for this new thing. And now what you've been doing all this time or what you've been working on could very well change. I'm hearing God's bringing in something completely different because now you're ready for that new thing. And this whole long cycle that you've been in, Gemini, was to prepare you for what God has now. Because, again, you're manifesting something bigger than yourself. You're manifesting something greater than you ever thought possible. And you've been working with God in tandem in this. You've had a tremendous amount of faith. You've broken away from the societal norms. You've broken away from those false beliefs about yourself, about what other society was telling you to do. Again, you can't do that. You're too young. You're too new. It's something you've never done before. Who says you're going to be successful? Who says that how are you going to feel accomplished? Like, where is the sense of completion, sense of self is what I'm hearing? So some of you are probably being told by other people, like, You won't get there. That's not possible. The programming, the social conditioning, again with that remember guys, remember, watch your thoughts. Do not allow anyone to tell you that is a far-fetched idea. There's no way you're going to do that, or you step into something new that is you have some skill in, but nobody has seen you do this. You can't listen to those people. If you know in your heart of hearts, Gemini, that you want to start this thing, but you have no idea where it's going, but you know, like this, it lights up within you. It's like, okay, this seems like this is going to be a magical thing for me to do. I want to see what I am truly capable of. And other people are looking at you like, I know why I'm getting a Richie. I think I know why, but there's another name here. David, Mickey, or Mike, Michael. Anyway, guys' names are coming through. I don't know where I get that from. Anyway, some of you are Gemini Sun, or Gemini Rising, or Gemini North Node. There's a Tom here. But there's something about people telling you, you can't do that. Why are you going to do that? You don't have the skills. You don't have the talents. Like, it's like me. What I was guided to do this, how I was led to this, it still blows my mind. And it made me believe what I am truly capable of. And even in my career, every time I got a new job or got a new project, it was something that I did not have a skill in, something that I never did before, and I excelled at it. And usually I would be hard on myself, which I was, but I said, let me see what I can do with this. And because it was something new, I got excited. That's Gemini energy. We love to dabble in a lot of things and we get excited. Let me try this, let me do that, let me do that. And you start to realize, wow, I can do that. I can do this because God led you to that, because God had already put in you those skills, those talents that you didn't even know you had. So for those of you who are about to embark on something, but society or other people, religion even for some of you, are telling you you can't do that. You don't have the skill. You don't have the ability. You don't have the potential. Just tell them to, I don't want to say back off. That sounds very derogatory. Say, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to take this risk and I'm going to do it anyway. With great risk comes great reward. And even those people who take those risks, and sometimes it feels like I'm not manifesting anything, or I don't see anything in the physical. What's going on? But you know that this is where you need to be. You know that God's pruning you. You know that God's trying to get you somewhere else. Because God is here in the Hierophant. I always see God in the Hierophant. And you have that faith. Like, something will change at some point. I just got to continue to take inspired action. I got to continue to understand my power and work my magic. Because when God sees this, and God is seeing this, guys, and He's closing it out, you are now ready. Gemini. For the world. You've also had a tremendous amount of unwavering faith in God, but in yourself. You are now ready for this new thing. And don't let societal conditioning, that programming, get the best of you. Don't allow people to tell you you can't do it, or think that you won't be successful. Because if your heart knows that this is what you want to do, it's telling you that it's where you need to be. That's God speaking to you. I was going to say something about me channeling just one couple of cards. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to put that out into the universe, because every time I think something, it ends up being something else. All right, let's see what you may be out of alignment with for the end of March. I'm hearing it again. This is what you've been waiting for, Gemini. You're ready. You're ready. And I do get, for some, it's communication of some sort. A new way of thinking, a new way of communicating, inspiring, whatever this is for you, Gemini. But may Gemini be out of alignment with Holy Spirit, archangels, galactic families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please, and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. They said stop. For whoever's watching this, for right now, a lot of you are in alignment with this new beginning. You're done. You have the World card. It's completion. The bottom of the deck, though, is the boundaries card. And look, it's another 1. It's another number 1. Okay? So they want me to read that. Some of you have learned to set your boundaries and say, hey, this, I know what I'm capable of. Like, boundaries. No, you can't tell me no. No, you can't tell me I'm not ready for that. No, you can't tell me that I'm not capable. Right? So the boundaries card says, Yarrow helps establish and defend healthy boundaries, strengthens the aura and sense of self, and heals energetic wounds. Amber reinforces boundaries. Creating clear boundaries is necessary for maintaining good emotional, physical, and spiritual health. If your sense of identity is weak, or if you need to heal energetic wounds, establishing boundaries is vital. Defend your right to thrive like a warrior, serving the divine spark that resides within you. Defend your right to thrive like a warrior, serving the divine spark that resides within you, that magician energy. I have a right to autonomy and independence. No one controls me without my permission. I know who I am. I am that I am. What did I say for some of you but other people controlling you without your permission? Nobody controls you. The only one who's going to be controlling you, molding you, is God. Okay? The divine. But we have to understand that God always leads us to where we need to be. And it's a hard thing, especially when you're doing something you've never done before and it seems way out of the norm. Again, with that Hierophant card. It's not what society does. It's not what your parents have done, what your spouse has done, your siblings, whatever. It's very, very different. Very different. But that's God molding you to be that person He's called you to be, and say, you know what? You don't have to be like those other people. You have some sort of skill and talent. I'm giving you certain tools to do something you've never done before, and you don't have to be doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, is what I'm hearing. Because that's not where you're supposed to be. Right? And again, don't listen to those people trying to hold you back. What guidance do we have for Gemini, Holy Spirit? Well, that came out fast. Just like, see, and the World card was just already out there. Awen, 3 rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. See? What did I say about balancing the masculine and feminine? Right? With that creation coupled with action. The thought and then acting upon it. Especially when you get that spark. It's like this aha moment. The light bulb goes off. Kind of like the Ace of Swords. And you get excited. You feel like there's some power here. This feels magical. Let me go see what that is. So the others of you, you need to balance your feminine, masculine energies to bring you more into a state of peace and harmony. That's Temperance card for me. When you achieve a sense of sacred balance, watch what you end up manifesting. And sometimes what you were trying to manifest isn't what God wants for you. which is probably why for some of you, why you're wondering why something isn't manifesting yet. It's because you're manifesting something bigger than yourself. Because those of you who've achieved some great accomplishment here with, you know, you becoming who God made you to be, your power is so great now that, again, you're manifesting some crazy shit. Stuff that you can't even think of for some of you. Bottom of the deck is protection. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. Okay. With this new beginning here, because some of you are really moving to a very different phase of your life, and it's going to be way better than anybody in your family or anybody in the home or anybody around you's ever seen. There's a sense of jealousy here, which is also why I'm getting the boundaries here. It seems like some people are going to start coming in because they're starting to realize your power here, especially when you get into this world stage. People are going to be tricksters around you with the shadow side of the magician. They're going to be trying to manipulate you in a way to try to strip you of your power, or try to manipulate you to get something from you because of your manifestation abilities, because of the power that you have. Be very, very careful with this. Again, you are protected, as it says, strong protective magic for the family and home. Don't worry about what's happening, especially if you're catapulted more into this global scale type of energy for those of you who are in alignment, who those of you who are ready. Because, again, it's kind of like with Christ, right? The more popular, well, the more well-known he got, the more enemies he created, the more boundaries he had to set. So for some of you, you're going to be creating more enemies, more people who are going to come around to try to trick you into something, get you off your path, or to try to get you to do something for them, or try to get you to... it's kind of like manipulating you in a way to make something happen, is what I'm hearing. All right. There's also, for others of you, you need to set boundaries with your family or something with the home, like something about self-care routines, or knowing when to say no. That is setting boundaries, right? Saying, hey, I need to do my mission work. That's the Knight of Swords. I need to be focused, determined. Knight of Pentacles. I need to do this thing here. That can wait, right? So there's something here for some of you about protecting your borders. Secure your borders is what I'm hearing. Because there is something with this 3 rays of light, this Awen energy here, that's changing something in your life, in your family, in your home. You could have like Cancer in the... what is it? No, it's Pluto in the 4th house is what I'm hearing for somebody. This is also the others of you, again, setting those boundaries with those people who are telling you can or can't do something. You shouldn't be doing that, or you don't have the talent for this, or this is not of the norm. Why are you doing that? Maybe family is telling you this. Or family is trying to manipulate you into doing something that you know you want to be doing, starting something new. Why are you going to do that when you've been doing this all this time? Why are you going to try something new when you've been doing this all these years, or you don't have the skill or talent in that? Again, you need to trust me when I tell you, because I have the Holy Spirit speaking through me. Because this is not me when I talk. And my guys are warriors. They don't screw around. They're very serious with getting people to who they need to be, because we need all of you. So again, set those boundaries and say, hey, you know what? Give me my time. Give me my space. No, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. No, I'm not going to listen to those religious beliefs that I grew up with all my life. No, I'm not going to listen to society and say, you need to stick to this because this is all you know and you can't go venture out and do all these things. No. That's devil energy trying to pigeonhole you, kind of get you into this small little box where there's no room for maneuver, where there's no energy, no energetic space to manifest massive things. Okay? So, I don't know why I did a raspberry. I'll be honest. Am I allowed to say this? So for me, I know this applies to myself as well, because I'll be honest here. I watched a video of mine. I'm not going to say which one it is, because I got frustrated with something today. And I said, God, I don't want to be frustrated. I don't want to put these negative thoughts out there. I said, God, help me better understand something. And I started to clear my mind, and God was revealing to me some things about myself. And then one of my readings popped up in my personal account that I have on YouTube. My own reading put me back on track. And I saw myself speaking. And I got a huge hit from God. And it helped answer everything. And it confirmed what I had been feeling all along about like that world card. Something major is closing out, because God has pruned you. He's prepped you. You've balanced out your masculine and feminine energies, and now you're ready for the next best thing. And for some of you, it's an exaltation. It's an elevation on a global scale. And you would not be prepared for this, especially with opposition and setting boundaries and like not letting anybody infiltrate your Fort Knox. You're now ready for big time for some of you. So don't think that all this hard work that you've been doing all this time, Gemini, is it's going to go to waste. You've got something way bigger coming here. You are a unicorn. I still can't believe your mind sometimes. Yeah, some of you with that magician energy, this is big stuff here. Your person can't believe. So somebody here has been watching you. They've been watching you change. And they're like, holy shit. Look at how much Gemini has grown. This is also your inner masculine telling you, I still can't believe how much you've changed. That's what I'm getting with that card. Unicorns are very different. They're very, very unique. Those are those mythical, magical creatures with the magician. Because those of you realize the magic within you, and it's like almost like you kind of said to yourself, yeah, I am a unicorn. I am magical. I am mystical. Look at what I can do. And your inner masculine is telling you this. Again, this is the uniqueness. You do not need to conform to society and be like everybody else. That is not who God made us to be. That's so boring. And Gemini doesn't like boring. Oh, I know for one, I don't. If you guys don't already know, I'm Gemini's sun, and I've got air and my moon with Aquarius. Forget that. I can't do boring. I can't do vanilla. It's like, I need to be intellectually stimulated. It's like a big turn on for me. I'll be completely vulnerable. I cannot have mundane conversations, and I don't knock on anybody who can't have those intellectual conversations. That's okay. I'll still love them anyway. But unicorn energy, if I'm going to be a unicorn, other people around me got to be unicorns too. But we're all unicorns. That's the thing, guys. We all have these gifts and talents. We have all these abilities and this potential that far exceeds our own mind. So it's like, maybe you should start telling yourself, I am a unicorn. I know it sounds weird. There's something about a unicorn deck here. I know somebody created a unicorn deck or whatever. That's what I'm picking that up all of a sudden. Maybe you need to tell yourself I'm a unicorn. And you might laugh. It might be cheesy. And Gemini is like humorous, right? But think about this. People think unicorns don't exist. People think unicorns are just like some fantasy land. That's not possible. Unicorns are believing in the impossible. You need to believe in yourself and believe that all things can be possible, and all things are made possible through God. The bottom of the deck is, I want to rebuild our relationship. Please give me that chance. because they see you as a unicorn, Gemini. They're like, if I've got a unicorn here, I need to take the initiative. I need to like close out this cycle of not doing anything, of not taking action and going after this unicorn. And I'm seeing like this masculine hopping on a unicorn and just taking off. It's hilarious. It's like the Knight of Swords card. They really want to rebuild this because they see your potential. They see how magical you are, that there's nobody out there like you. No one. And they're starting to realize, if I don't do something now, there goes the unicorn. It's kind of like, is this in the King's Quest? I don't know if it was 5 or 6. I don't know, guys. I have to say this because I know not all of you have played this, but I have to say it for somebody. Something about there's a unicorn in that world, or even in a video game, and if you don't catch it, you miss out on something. It's like the elusive unicorn, right? So the masculine here is starting to realize, I need to catch this unicorn because this unicorn won't be showing up in my life much longer, is what I heard. And they really want to have a do-over with you. There's also something about a hotness scale for women. If you guys have seen this, I can't remember somebody sent a video for this for me years ago. It's some sort of hotness scale for women. And I don't remember all of the other tiers, so to speak, or it's like a chart. And there is a unicorn portion in the chart. And that, if I'm not mistaken, that chart says these women don't exist. Now, again, we can apply it to men too, okay? Don't just have me focus solely on women here. But this was mainly for guys that created a chart, a hotness scale for women. Or a whatever scale for women, right? I think it is a hotness scale or something. And I think the top right quadrant was like the unicorn, but they're like, this does not exist. This type of female does not exist. And I laughed because I said, well, how do you know? Though remember, unicorns actually do exist. The impossible does exist here. God can create those people who men, women even think that are unattainable. It's just like there's no way somebody is going to be, I'm hearing brains, body, the beauty, the looks, the talent, the way they inspire people, the way they do things, their abilities or something like that. Someone who is, like, again, masculine and feminine here. Someone who is not self-conscious, someone who doesn't seek validation outside themselves, someone who isn't controlled by money, by society, by religion, who listens to God all the time, and it's just like they're in the fullness of their potential. Someone who doesn't cause a lot of drama, who's chill when they need to be, but who's assertive when they need to be. Again, masculine feminine energy, just with that, guys. Not being so impulsive or brash, kind of like the Knight of Swords. Having a balance. You have that speed, but then you know when to retract that speed, when to slow down, when to take action, when to not. Right? That is complete balance. A temperance card with the masculine feminine energies here. Yeah, but like that hotness scale with that unicorn there, there's like, they said something about you can't be hot and not be conceited, or you can't be hot and be smart. You can't be hot and be without drama or cause some drama. And I just laughed. It's freaking hilarious. If I find it, guys, I'll try to put it somewhere on my community tab or something, but I have to remember that. Look, what's after that? They told me to look. The wait is over. Because this person's like, no, I want to rebuild this. I want a second chance. I'm gonna do this because I'm not gonna have anybody like this. If I see a freaking unicorn, I better go try to catch that unicorn, period. And I don't know, I'm talking about that hotness scale because maybe some of you have seen it. If you Google it, you should be able to find it. If I don't post that link, I have a feeling some of you are males here, you've seen this chart. You've seen this chart, and some of you women have seen it too, but that's what I'm picking up on here. The top of the deck is you are my beacon of light, faith, and hope. What did you see with the Hierophant card with the faith thing? For those of you who've kept your light on, you've been that magician, you've been that Hierophant, you've been listening to your divine guidance. And this is what the masculine is also doing, or your person's doing, listening to their divine guidance. You have been doing things that are right for you. You listened to God and started working on becoming the person God made you to be for your mission. Because you've done that for some of you, you're now attracting, you become that beacon of light, faith, and hope for this person, and you've helped them to star into their full potential. To not be afraid of taking the initiative, taking action. Like, I want to have this, so I'm going to do it. I want that unicorn. That is magical right there. Things like that don't come along every day, so I'm going to do something about it. Remember, like attracts like. When you are doing your thing, and you're doing what God has called you to do, you inspire others to do the same. All right, Gemini. That concludes your reading. There is no extended for this because I'm only doing one extended per month. And if you want to check out the extended for Gemini, check out the beginning of March 2023 extended reading that I did. There's a link for that in the description box below. Just look for beginning of March. All right. Okay, so they want me to say something about my memberships and stuff, but they're also giving me another message that's for me. But if you happen to be interested in joining my Capella family and getting exclusive bonus content, downloading my free app, and having members only live sessions with me and all bunch of other fun stuff where you get a 7-day free trial, you can go to capellawellness.com, check out the membership tiers, or you can click on the link below. If you have any questions about anything or anything in general, whether it's this reading, my services, or about me, please do not hesitate to ask. And yeah. Well, congratulations to those Geminis who really pushed through, and you now know your power. But what's happening here is you're going to start to see the power that you have in the physical, and it's going to blow you away. Your life is about to change dramatically. All right, Gemini, thank you so much for watching this reading, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up. I know I greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.